In 360 BC, a Greek philosopher named Plato wrote about a civilization so advanced, so powerful, that the gods themselves decided to destroy it. A great island empire beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar, that vanished beneath the ocean. He called it Atlantis. For 2,400 years, historians have called it myth, a philosophical fable, a morality tale invented to make a point about hubris. But here's what those historians never fully answered. Why did Plato describe it with such precise detail? The location, the size, the concentric ring layout of the city, the specific metals they used, the timeline, the direction of the catastrophe. You don't write a philosophical allegory with the precision of an archaeological report. Either Plato was the most dedicated fiction writer or recording something real. Today we're going to follow the evidence. And the evidence is stranger than the myth. Before we look at the evidence, we need to know exactly what Plato claimed. In his dialogues, he describes Atlantis as a naval superpower. He says it was larger than Libya and Asia Minor combined. It had a central mountain, surrounded by concentric rings of water and land. It was rich in a rare metal called orichalcum, described as red gold in color, second only to gold in value. Then, 9,000 years before Plato's time, placing the event around 11,500 years ago, the gods punished Atlantis for its arrogance. Earthquakes and floods struck in a single day and night. The island sank, gone. Now minus 11,500 years ago is a very specific number. And geologists find something remarkable. Something that takes this to the edge of scientific inquiry. 11,500 years ago marks the end of the last ice age, one of the most geologically violent periods in Earth's recent history. When the ice sheets melted, global sea levels rose by over 120 meters, not gradually, but in episodes of sudden catastrophic flooding. In the North Sea, there was an entire landmass called Doggerland. It's completely underwater now. We find their tools on the seabed in Southeast Asia. The Sunda Shelf, a landmass larger than modern India, was drowned as the ice melted. This is not theory. The question is not whether civilizations were lost to rising seas. They were. The question is whether any of them match what Plato described. There are three serious geographical candidates. The first is the island of Santorini. A volcanic eruption wiped out the Minoan civilization around 1600 BC. The second candidate is the Black Sea, around 7,500 years ago. The Mediterranean broke through the Bosphorus Strait in a catastrophic flood. The third and most controversial candidate is a submerged shelf near the Azores Islands, exactly where Plato said, we're about to get into the evidence that mainstream archaeology doesn't talk about. Subscribe before we go there. Around 12,800 years ago, deep within Plato's time frame, something hit Earth. The Younger Dryas impact hypothesis suggests a fragmented comet struck. The evidence, a layer of platinum, nanodiamonds, and melted glass found at dozens of sites worldwide, all dating to the same moment. The impact triggered massive wildfires and destabilized the ice sheets, causing rapid sea level rise. This event could have ended a civilization so completely that almost no physical trace survived. What you'd have left is legend. Here's the twist. We have barely mapped the ocean floor. More than 80% remains unmapped at high resolution. What we have found is unsettling. Off the coast of Cuba, sonar revealed what appeared to be a grid of large stone structures. Off the coast of Japan, the Yonaguni Monument, a massive stone structure with steps and right angles, sits underwater. Near India, a submerged city was found at a depth of 40 meters, suggesting occupation over 9,000 years ago. Our entire understanding of human civilization is built on what survived. Stone survives. Organic materials don't. The civilizations that built in stone on high ground, we remember. The ones that built in wood, by the sea, we don't. The most likely places for early societies to develop fertile river deltas are now on the ocean floor. We haven't lost Atlantis. We've lost the entire coastal chapter of human prehistory. Atlantis might not be one city. It might be a name we gave to the memory of everything we forgot. Subscribe if this changed how you think about history, and drop a comment. Do you think Atlantis was real?